guys, welcome to Georgia, my daughter's 15-month 15-month update. My name is Lindsay and we live in Italy, and I wanted to give you an update on how things are going. So today is January the 13th, and on January the 17th, Georgia will turn 16 months old. So I thought we'd try something different, seeing as the last few videos, it's been getting to be a challenge to film at the table. So I thought maybe this way Georgia might be a bit happier, and as you see, she loves the camera, loves waving, hello, hello everybody, and just don't touch the ring light, honey, that's all. And we'll see how it goes. So, and maybe she'll be, oh, do we have to back up, honey? Because now we can't see you, right? There you go. We'll maybe have a happier baby on our hands this time. All right. So, let's see here. First of all, maybe I needed to move over here. Hi! All right, we're going to get started, huh? So, well, actually, the first thing that you've probably noticed if you've watched previous updates is that Georgia is now walking. So that is the #1 milestone since my last video, which was filmed in October, even though it went up like last week at the time of filming this. I got super behind on videos. I don't know, there was a long period there where it just seemed like I never had time to do anything in the evening ever, except like fold laundry and do dishes. And it just felt impossible, and have a shower. And then over the holidays I managed to catch up a bit. So this year I am going to try to be far more present than last year on here. I've got a lot of things that I'd like to try and do more vlogs and things. So anyway, we will continue. So yes, she started walking on December the 5th, so just before Christmas, and we were on the floor, my husband and I, and she just started walking. Just like that, like we were just kind of playing on the floor, and she just started walking, and it was crazy. And that day she did a maximum of like 7 steps. And then, little by little, up to Christmas, she was kind of doing more and more. And, it was funny because slowly, as she was learning to walk more and more, the crawling disappeared. And I've been thinking about this last week. I was like, oh yeah, she hardly ever crawls anymore. Another thing, she adores books. I may as well point that out now. Earlier on in her life last year, I was spending a lot of time trying to get her interested in books. Yeah. And it was really hard in the beginning, and she didn't care, but now she loves them. The only thing is that she's very rough on them, and I try to, especially with the ones that are a bit more fragile, that look a bit more easy to destroy. I try to keep them away from her, but now she's grown a bit because she seems to be able to reach everywhere, also places where she couldn't before, and gone to get books that have lift the flaps, but she tears them off, kind of thing. And so I try to protect them, but a lot of them get chewed up. One of them, oh, it's not even here, I moved it back into her room. There's this a farm animals one, and it's destroyed. It's falling apart at the seams. It's really bad. I'm almost considering buying a new one at some point because it's so bad. It's almost become difficult to read. So that was a bit of an aside, but just back to the milestones. We're working on new words. So she's got a cousin named Emma, and we're working on getting her to say Emma. Georgia. Let's see. Come here. Can you say Emma? Oh, take out your soother. Can you say Emma? Emma. Can you say Emma? Anyway, she's able to say ma. Emma. Good job, that's it. Yeah. And so since we're in Italy, my husband is Italian, and he would like for yeah, to call him well, Papa, right? And we started off with Dada because it was easier. And so our conversations will go like this. Georgia, Georgia, can you say Papa? Come back here, hon. Come back here. Can you say Papa? Papa. Typically, she will actually say da. And I'll go, yes, Dada. That one's actually stuck quite a lot more than I thought it would. So I think she understands that it's that Papa means Dada, but her word of choice to call him is Dada. And like now in the last week, I would say this week, I noticed that she'll go up to the bathroom door when he comes home from work and will knock on it and call Dada, Dada, yes. And there's your favorite book, a new favorite one with sounds. And you know, she'll knock on doors kind of after he comes in, or if he has to go out. The other night he had to go out to get some like firewood for a minute, and she was knocking on the door calling Dada. And then he was home for the holidays for about a week. Well, 2 weeks, but the first week when he was sick. And so she got used to having him around more as well. And because before that she wasn't knocking on the door for him. Only for me. I can't go into the bathroom alone ever. And so if I do, because my husband's home, I want to close the door, then she will always knock on the door, and then I'll open the door, and there she is. And the knocking, my mother-in-law actually taught her, so that was really cute. And she also taught her when she says "fammi vedere I dentini," which means "show me your teeth." That Georgia will smile and show her teeth. Come up here. Can we show? Come. No, you're escaping. Okay, maybe later. Anyway, if you're wondering why the lighting keeps shifting, I've got one light bulb that's kind of on the way to dying. It's flickering. Anyway, so working on animal sounds with words, you know, what does a cow say? She was saying for a bit, kind of moo, but then she stopped, needs prompting, and even then she's not really saying it. I'm just working on the animal sounds. Anyway, yeah, we're working on words, but as I had mentioned in the last video, seeing as she's got mainly Italian and English that she's learning, but as well she will hear dialect, Venetian dialect. It's kind of a lot to process for the brain, so she's talking a bit later. But anyway, Georgia, don't touch the ring light, honey. Come over here. She follows directions though, like she will follow directions, and so you can see that, like you can visibly see that she understands what we're saying, but she doesn't have the vocabulary yet to express herself very much. Her favorite words end up still being dada, mama, and num num, as we've gone around for many months now. But we are working on other words. The other night, my husband and I were looking at her because we were kind of practicing, seeing if she could say her name. And she was kind of saying something that distantly sounded like Georgia. It was kind of like Georgia, not, but less even than that, like Georgia, Georgia. And we were kind of looking at each other, going like, and she was doing it when we would say, "Can you say Georgia?" So she's got a second cousin named Mael, and which, I mean, I thought, well, let's try. I mean, is it that much harder than Emma? And so I would say, "Can you say Mael?" And she will say, Georgia, can you say Mael? Mael. Can you say Mael? Mael. Can you say mel? What do cows say? Moo. Can you say moo? Anyway, this is kind of how it goes mostly. And most of the time, I mean, I'll practice this one changing her, and especially in the bath. No, honey, don't touch the light. In the bath, I'll be asking her questions like this. Eventually it'll click. So anyway, that's how that's going. And then the num num has become her word of choice if she's hungry. Or sometimes not, like she'll say num num also if she wants her soother. She'll say num num for her water bottle. And so it's kind of like, you know, she wants something in her mouth basically. But sometimes it's tricky because sometimes she'll say like to an orange, num num, and when I cut it up for her, she won't eat it. So maybe sometimes it also just means that looks yummy. And sometimes now I've caught her recently that she has actually been able to say yum, yum. Most of the time it's still num num though. And so we have got like a candy cabinet, which is like not this one, but on the other side of our media center. And she knows that we've got the candy cabinet in there. And if she sees anyone going over for it, her face lights up and she goes, num num. And so like, she'll do that also with snacks. Basically, if I eat anything, then it becomes her snack time too, because then she wants it as well. She knows where the food is. Yeah, those are Mommy's notes. Can I have them, honey? Yeah, thank you. A couple days ago, we have this stacking ring, right? And she actually managed to put 4 or 5. Let me see if I can lower this. I think this is about as low as I can get it. Anyway, where did your stacking rings go, honey? Here. And she actually managed to stack like 4 or 5 of them, like all of them basically except the red one. Not like in order, but it was the first. And we've been working on that for a long time. And so it was very exciting. And also we've got this like carrot garden for her here as well. She's started putting, I mean, this was a couple months ago she started to put them in the slots. But now is actually a few times I've caught her and she's put them like in the correct slots, which is fantastic as well. And so she's getting a lot better with carrot garden. Yeah. Because when we first bought it, all she did was shake it and dump it upside down. This is one of her birthday presents. And you good girl, honey. That's right. So she's gotten much better just in the most recent few days here at like matching the shapes to where they're supposed to go. So these have got different like hole sizes, and as well over on this standing table, they've got like a triangle, a square, and a circle slot. And she, before, even if I showed her, she wouldn't put the block anywhere near where it was supposed to go. But now, actually, yesterday, good job, hun. She was like putting the square and the triangle over the spot where they're supposed to go, but not really matching up like the exact lines so they go down. But it's making a lot of progress on that, which is really awesome because we've just been doing a lot of repetition through the months, obviously, for that. If you want your carrot garden, there you go. Okay, on to eating. What a topic for this one. She is such a picky eater. Oh my goodness. It's rough the majority of the time getting her to eat. It's a real struggle. She typically will, if she eats lunch well, she will not eat dinner, or vice versa. And it's just very challenging. I have to say it's been, I don't know, several days this week actually. Today's a Thursday. It feels like it's been, I haven't really been keeping track, but like maybe 4 days now, where she's actually eaten well at lunch and dinner, which is like incredible. and also slept well because her belly's full because she ate dinner. Um, Yesterday she finally went to bed easily, but we had a few nights there in a row where I thought she was kind of going through that phase where that happens with her every now and then, where she just, for whatever reason, cannot fall asleep. And I kind of think always that it's time to push back her maximum time to have a nap, kind of to wake up from a nap. Now we seem to be at 2:50, and it seems to be okay. Last night she was okay with that. The night before she wasn't, but I don't know, maybe she was just extra hyper that day. I don't know, because her Nona had come up in the evening right before bed and kind of got her wired up, and maybe that was why. Got all excited. Because last night she went down without problems, honestly, so that was good. But yeah, 2:50 we've got the, like, I have to wake her up at that point, but today she woke up like 10 minutes before, so it's totally perfect. And yeah, and anyway, it was just interesting because she often will wake up many times through the night, just needing us to like give her her soother or lay her back down, because she'll be sitting up. But she's actually slept really well the last several nights too, which has been really nice. We're like, maybe it's because she's been eating good dinner. Her molars are growing in right now. She's got four. I'm sorry, I'm kind of jumping around here. I'm trying to like keep it in order, but there's things that kind of lead one into another. And she's got four molars right now that she is cutting, and they're like taking a while because that's like a big tooth to like pop through. And so she only ate like half of her soup today for lunch. In Italy, it's like a thing to give your kids soup. I wasn't really doing it because she didn't seem to like soup before. Now she does, and it's just something different because she seems to be off pasta some days, and I was like, okay, let's try the soup. But it is a bit messy because sometimes if the mood strikes her right, which is fairly frequently, she'll like with her hands fling it, and it's happened a couple times where the soup has gone flying. So that's always frustrating for me. Yeah. Anyway, here, let's move this. Yeah. So anyway, she didn't really eat that much at lunch today, but she had a good snack. So, and her gums were bugging her right at that moment. She started to cry, and I was like, yeah, it's not really gonna be worth. That's not really gonna be a lunch where she eats very much. Anyway, and I just thought, okay, yeah, that's why you don't want lunch, basically. She did eat something though, because sometimes I literally will make her like pasta and she won't eat a single bite because she often has like a hissy fit when it's time to eat. Gets very fussy. Yay! You know, or if it's not when she's about to eat, it's when we are, or if we're all eating together. Like most of the time, she gets upset when it's mealtime. She also can, like, kind of throw the ball to you, like, kind of roll it, not really throw, but like roll it. And so that's fun. Yay, can you drop the ball? Drop the ball. Woo, yay! Very good. This thing has got this little panda on here that she loves to pull off almost immediately. In fact, where is the panda? Nose is missing. Good job, hun. Oh, you turned on the music. It's really cool. She's just, you can kind of see every now and then there's like this jump of new skills. And just, I don't know, this week, like different things have been happening. Like that. She's never actually ever pressed that flower to turn on the music before. Good job, honey. That's new. That's so fun. Oh, and she loves music. While there's music going on right now, I should say. She loves music and will also shake her bum when she hears music. Hey, Georgia. Shake your bum. Oh, yeah, shake your bum. And so we'll like dance together. We've been dancing together like for months. Because months ago I would like dance with her to like oopsies, some Johnny Cash songs before bed, and just kind of hold her because at that time she was like, I don't know, 6 months old. and later. But and anyway, and just now if like we put any kind of music on, she will start to clap. She'll get a big smile on her face, and yeah, it's really cute. And she can also do a drum roll. That's fun too. I guess the one thing that I'm still trying to figure out with her, since lunch and the last few days have been going well, is breakfast. Because I've started to worry that I'm giving her too big of a bottle at breakfast time. Because she does not seem to need anything after that until like lunch. And I kind of think that there's a change that needs to happen here. I keep needing to call the pediatrician and ask because I was giving her 270 milliliter bottles. My husband still gives them to her because we were trying to change back to 240 milliliters, but he's kind of forgotten the last couple days, and I didn't realize. I forgot to tell him. Anyway, but like she had 240 milliliters instead of 270 yesterday, and she actually did snack a little bit at breakfast. And that makes a difference. So I'm kind of trying to like figure out. My aunt had given the idea to like give her milk with breakfast, and so that's actually kind of something I want to see. But like I want to ask the pediatrician like, what do you recommend that I do? Because she doesn't seem to want breakfast. Like it's the bottle, and like she will not eat anything until like lunchtime. And I was thinking I was giving her so much milk and she didn't even want it at lunchtime, but like that wouldn't really make sense to me because she was eating like long enough after. It was like 3 hours for sure, if not more, after it'd be lunchtime. So I don't know. Anyway, something that I'm kind of trying to figure out. So if you guys have any suggestions, write them down in the comments. I used to give her yogurt with for breakfast, and like I think I did it too much because she got so sick of it that only now, after like several months, is she wanting to try it again. So she refused it for a long time, except a couple spoonfuls of my yogurt. Are you looking at my books? My parents bought her a booster seat, like the ones that you attach to the table, for Christmas, and that has been great because she really doesn't like her high chair, and I mean, sometimes she goes in fine, other times it's like a huge struggle. She likes the other one because she's like at the table with us. And so I alternate. Like if it's just her eating, I will feed her in her high chair. But if it's mealtime for all of us and we're all eating together, I will put her in the booster seat. The high chair is next to where my husband sits. The booster seat's next to where I sit. And that's been working well. Georgia, can I see my notes, hun? Thank you. I had to sit down last night and like really think. I was like, okay, what's new with Georgia? And I wrote down a bunch. Okay, let's, no, please don't, honey, no. Look, where's your pizza? Pizza! You want a piece of pizza? Ooh! Oh, this is something funny. Like in the last few days, because she loves to look in the fridge when I open it, she got very interested in our lemon juice container. I don't know. And like when I open the fridge, she will go straight for it and just like suck on the lid. Although yes, the other day, I think yesterday I found her and she kind of managed to open it. I was like, okay, no, we don't want lemon juice on the floor. On to growth. So she is still in size 4 diapers. She wears 12 to 18 month clothes, but in some brands they fit, like if they fit small, I can put her in 18 to 24 months. She's got one shirt that's 18 to 24 months. No, she's got two shirts that are 18 to 24 months, just because OVS, which is where I generally shop for her, it's a brand in Europe that is like H&M basically. Like they have the same tags. So I think they're under like the same umbrella company. Anyway, and they fit smaller. Like her pants, I get As long as they're 80 centimeters, they're perfect. And so it's 12 to 18 months. The shirts, I have to kind of compare. And so the last time I went, I bought her one that was 12 to 18 months and one that was 18 to 24 because it looked like it would fit her. Sometimes I hold them up and I'm like, no, there's no way. But this time I was like, that looks like it could fit. I held them up. They were the same size. So it kind of depends. But in general, basically her clothes fit exactly. Yeah, you're soother. Exactly the size that her age is. And then it's kind of funny too, because like some stuff will say 12 to 18 months, 86 centimeters, and other ones will say 80, and it's like confusing. But all I know is 80 centimeters is her size right now. And in fact, this shirt she's wearing right now, it's kind of on the edge there. I almost couldn't get it over her head this morning. That one might be on its way out. So yeah, I think she must be about 77 centimeters now, maybe slightly over. It's so hard to like measure her, but because she just outgrew her clothes that said 12 months or 74 centimeters, and that to me tells me that I've noticed through her life that when she reaches the point where she's 3 centimeters past what an item of clothing says it is, that's when she outgrows it. And so suddenly she went and outgrew a few clothes, basically all the clothes that say 74 centimeters. I'm like putting them away as she's trying them on. I'm like, nope, this one doesn't fit anymore. And so she must be like at least 77 centimeters because she was stuck for a while actually at 76 and a half. And so now it seems like she's grown. And then as I was mentioning, she's got the 4 molars she's cut. And so she has 12 teeth now. Her mouth is so full of teeth. The poor thing never gets a break from teething, honestly, like maybe a couple weeks. Let me move so you can see her. And that should be it, I would think. I have to look at the count, like the tooth chart to see. And I'm like, okay, is she done now once with these molars? Like there's the 2-year molars, or is there some other tooth that is still supposed to come out? Because, oh man, it's just like constant. Anyway, last update, she had 8 teeth. Now she's got 12. Hi, hello everybody. Hello. Hi. Do you want to, can you say hi? Can you say hi? Can you say ciao? Ciao. And I'm trying to get her off of the soother because she's become very attached to it. More attached than she ever was earlier in her life. At the time where I'm like, yeah, but now we should be trying to like get that away. But then it's kind of, you know, on the days where she's fussy, kind of needs it. But I now literally, like, if she's happy, I have to hide it because otherwise she will look at it, she will see it and go num num and want it. Mega blocks. And then she's seen it. So stupid. Here, mega blocks. Oopsies. You alright? Okay. These are from Great Aunt Sue for Christmas. Anyway, so as for likes, I've mentioned that she loves dancing. She's also very interested in the computer. Like, she, the other day, pointed to the computer here and there, because she's sat in my husband's lap when he's been on the computer recently, and she finds it very interesting. And so she pointed, and I was like, well, okay, I mean, I guess I'll go, sure, I can learn the computer. So I put on some, like, Baby Einstein and some kind of, like, virtual storybooks from Eric Carle, and she was like very interested in them, like waving at all of the animals from the Baby Einstein. She is more interested in watching YouTube on the computer than on watching her shows on the TV. I say her shows, but like I turn on the TV and it is like pointless because she does not care that it's on at all. So like I just don't generally turn on the TV for her because like she doesn't even look at it. So I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but like I kind of feel like it would probably help the language a bit if she could get some TV time here and there. Just like I've seen other YouTubers that have, and their kid, I find a lot of them that have got kids that are like very advanced, I would say, in language. At like a young age, it's because they've actually had a bit more screen time, but she doesn't care, so okay. And like I've got friends that would be like, oh no, it's more around the year mark, and then like when she's a year old, and I'm like, she still doesn't care. Also, her cousin Maya doesn't care about the TV either, and she's like 6 months older. And like, oh no, it's more around like the year and a half mark. I'm sure that she will eventually be interested. Anyway, and then I'll be like, get off the TV. So, hi, oh, you can make kiss. Oh, thank you. It's so cute. Hi. And she loves to give kisses. Hi, cutie pie. Kisses. She's very snuggly. Thank you, sweetheart. Kisses for you too. Kisses for you. Oh, thank you. Hi, sweet pea. This is very affectionate. She's so sweet. Yeah. She loves to help me sort laundry. And still adores the dishwasher, which actually has become a problem because now she's gotten quite, like she knows what she wants in the dishwasher in the sense that like she wants maybe the top shelf open, but I'm trying to take stuff out or put stuff in on the bottom shelf, and she'll yank it out and likes to pull out all of the glassware, all of the stuff that's like more fragile. And I keep going, oh, thank you, give it to me like right away. Yesterday I was washing my cutlery to put in the dishwasher, and I heard a crash, and I looked down, and my espresso sauce had fallen on the ground. Oh dear. So that's becoming a bit of an issue with the dishwasher. Hi, because she will reach for stuff. Oh, thank you, honey. Kisses for you too. Hi. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the thing. She's sometimes tries to climb on top of the dishwasher, and no, get off the dishwasher. That one's a bit of an issue. But anyway, then the laundry sorting is a bit funny because I'll put stuff in the piles and then she'll like switch the piles around. She also, I think like all toddlers, loves to grab my legs all the time, especially when I'm cooking. Yeah, hi. And sometimes she managed to pull down my pants and my husband's. Most of the time, no, but it does happen on occasion. She screams a lot, especially during mealtime. She has a very high-pitched scream, and it hurts your eardrums, obviously. And so we're trying to not get her to scream. I went to the grocery store with her a couple weeks ago just for a really quick errand, and she was like screaming at the top of her lungs. And that's my first experience with that, and you know, everyone's been there, but still it doesn't mean it's pleasant when you're in the middle of it. So, and then just back to, yeah, the books. Sometimes she'll bring me books that she wants me to read her, which is super cute. So that's kind of her likes and habits. And then we're on to the last category, which is sleep. She mostly sleeps in her crib, but sometimes we have to pull her into ours. Like if she's just really not sleeping well in her crib, we're constantly having to go back, give her soother, and then at a certain point we're like, okay, let's just bring her into our bed because you get tired of like jumping out every, I don't know, hour to go give her a soother or something. Because in the night she has trouble finding it. Oh yeah, not in the day, but in the night. Anyway, so in the night on the nights where we bring her into our bed, though, generally we don't sleep very well because she is a quite restless sleeper and also loves to kick my husband's back all night long. She'll like put his feet right into his back, and if I try and like, you know, move her legs away, then she gets very mad and just kind of keeps kicking my husband. So that's not really very ideal. So yeah, the co-sleeping isn't really something that makes anyone sleep very well in our family. But anyway, you know, we'll pull her in if we need to. So we still hold her, put her to sleep. We'll continue for now, but it would be nice to reach the point for sure where I can just put her down in her bed and she falls asleep, because you put her down and honestly, like, she just kicks and like kicks, and there's no way she's falling asleep. Anyway, it takes, I would say, on average, 20 minutes. Nom nom. Oh, you have to soothe her. You don't need to soothe her right now. You're happy. Happy baby. Anyway, it takes on average like 20 minutes to put her to sleep. But yeah, it's not really something that I want to be doing for too much longer, I would say. And when she wakes up, she will instantly start crying. She's like, there's no moment of let me wake up. Like, she opens her eyes and instantly starts crying. And there was a period in the summer where she would like sit, like lie there calmly for a bit, but now no. You pretty much, if she wakes up in the middle of the night, man, like, gotta get in there like immediately to give her the soother back, because otherwise then it's a problem, because then she's wide awake. Her naps are generally about 1 hour to an hour and a half. Today she slept an hour and 15, so totally in the middle of there. Sometimes they're less, but they go rarely over an hour and 40. And if they, like, even an hour and 40, I'm like, wow, that was a really good nap. If it's over that, it's because, like, she's not feeling well. Because, like, on Christmas, she woke up and she had like glassy eyes, and she wasn't really looking like she was feeling too good. I thought she was catching a cold. She had a 2 hour and 20-minute nap, and she woke up and she was completely fine, and no glassy eyes, nothing. But she wasn't feeling well, so she doesn't nap anywhere near like 3 hours. But yeah, I find an hour to an hour and a half is totally good. She's refreshed. We don't have trouble generally, except for the last few nights, putting her to sleep after. So that's what works for her. Anyway, that is everything. So if you're still here, hi, Georgia. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Press the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. As you can guess, I'm going to do an 18-month update in a few months, and then after that, I guess I'll see, but kind of not more frequently than 3 months. But in the middle of that, I want to be doing like other content, some vlogs and stuff. So that's my goal for this year, to be posting more. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye! Georgia, do you want to wave? Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye, guys.